John Chagnon, PCS Outdoors. I'm here with Rusty, Tammy, Trevor, and we're testing some of the improvements to the Sterling Grizz Trap now. And there's been a number of improvements, and one is, I believe, the trap is going to be available for shipment this season. This Grizz was originally he was the guy that first came out with this style of trap, and it's still one of the leaders in the field, and it's still made in the USA, stamped right on the trap. Sterling Fur & Tools, the main distributor, and we've been purchasing from Keith maybe 20 years at Sterling Fur & Tool, and it's a highly reliable distributor, and I feel comfortable that we're going to have these items in stock, and I'm really excited about some of the improvements. He was the guys that made this trap to start with, were some of the innovators, and this trap's got a large drain hole. This twist lock mechanism on the end has been made longer than the original, I believe, which is going to be better for the stabilization. It's got two nice box swivels on it. That swivel action's always great, and it's going to re-point out that I'm going to try to keep these traps where the animals can't grab something to get leverage to pull out. It's got a nice large drain hole in the bottom, and I feel that's critical. Some of this is rehashed because we anchor a lot the same, but it's ever important that whatever you use, Berkshire, Duckbill, Wolf Fang, use the appropriate end. Check PCS Outdoors for good descriptions for the recommendations. Different length cable. If you put your own together for softer soil, use longer cable. I like to make a lot of my cables just longer. It doesn't matter if I got extra cable. What matters if I can't drive it in far enough. Now, the only important ticket with any anchoring system is, and I'm really stressing this because I got a couple of young trappers besides Rusty and I here today, and I don't want them to go out and go through all the trouble of making a good catch, because you're going to catch the animal. That's only 50%. If you don't hold that animal, sounds like the jungle in here, don't it, guys?
Yeah, it does.
Kind of neat. Hopefully we stay caught up on shipping so we can do this more often, and I'm very proud of everybody in our shipping department. I wish I could have took everybody today, but we got to take turns, and take a minute there to thank you guys on that, and keep doing that, because I love coming out here working with you, and I know Rusty, when I can't come out, he's going to love coming out instead of being in the office. Okay, got a Duckbill earth anchor. First thing I always do is drive it in the easy part, and we're going to be in good shape here because we got some harder soil. And I'm going to give it a good pull, and there's no coon that's going to pull that trap out. With these here, we're not going to be elevating them like we did with the other trap at a different set location. So these here, feel comfortable when you do your sets. Drive them in, even into the chain if you have to. It still has that swivel action. The farther you drive it in, the more likely you're not going to have to re-drive it in because it's taking a good grip. I was still in practice trying to set those ones where we had to elevate the trap, which tells us on an elevated system we're going to have a longer cable in the future, okay? Because we had to do a couple of redos. Okay, there's a setter made for just about every one of these traps, but I try to teach the folks that work for me how to set them safely, and that's the way we do it. But basically, before I set this trap, each trap is unique, and if you come and do a zoom in, I'm going to show you this trigger right here. What I'm going to do is we cut a piece of soft tubing, okay? This trap is a pull trigger, and what happens is if we put this good smelling Asabo long range coon lure, okay, on there like that, okay, if he reaches in there, we're going to put a little bit of Asabo brand Coon Chow too. That's little pellets down on the bottom, okay? It's only this little bit of bait and this powerful sweet lure that no coon is going to pass. We've tested this, and this is our #1 system, and I've been trapping a lot of years, and there's not a system that's going to work better. A lot of good baits out there, but the stuff's extremely affordable and powerful, okay? Irresistible to coons. I'm only going to need a little bit in the bottom of that trap. The reason, you seen where that trigger mechanism was? when fellas are showing bait filled up in the tube, okay, what happens is, even if there's glycerin or glycol or something to keep it frozen, baits freeze. Water comes down, it makes the freeze proofing go away. Bottom line is, when the coons are prime and it's frozen out, the guys that fill their tubes are feeding squirrels and chipmunks eating off the top. All you need is that little bit of bait in the bottom, and this goes on that system. With that pull, it's part of the system on this trap, I feel, to put that soft tubing. Guys that talk this with a marshmallow, okay, the marshmallow, a coon can actually grab a marshmallow because it's so soft, it can actually pull right off that trigger, okay? This plastic tubing, it's not going to pull off the trigger, okay? Now, if my hands weren't dirty, I would eat that right there, but my hands are dirty. This stuff's good eating. But, likewise, like I said, I'm only going to put a little bait in. I dropped a little down, and that's fine. There's a little corn in there to give it eye appeal. Bottom line is, if it freezes, this trap's going to keep working, okay? It's as simple as that. Now, one thing that I like to emphasize is I always pre-bait all my traps and set them before I get to the set. This is for illustration purposes, so folks that are watching these videos know how to bait their trap. Just remember, have all your traps set, and then when you go to location, this is a 3-minute ordeal to drive a couple stakes in, push the traps. You already know where the coon trails are from pre-scouting. Set your traps, get out, and you can easily, during coon trapping season, set 100 of these in no time. Just do a little pre-scouting, know where your raccoons you're going to catch, and it's that simple. Now, I use a setting tool myself, and they're also can be set by hand, and we're all going to set them by hand here. And you take control, kind of hold it the way I showed, and basically once I take control of that latch there's a little notch it fits in. Once it's in that notch, it's a set position. Okay? This trap is simply ready to catch a coon. When I push it in the ground, I'm all done baiting it. So we're going to hope to have a double or a triple, and we got a bayou here off to the side, frogs jumping all over, and who knows what's back there. It sounds like the jungle, so I
we'll
imagine
send Tammy back there and all the bugs.
She can check it out, eh?
Yeah, we'll send her into the bugs.
So, I'm going to let Rusty set one, and then Tammy set one to show you that just how easy it is. And fur market went up a little last year, and it's kind of a good time to get back into trapping because the choices today, all these new products out that weren't there 20 years ago, are just outstanding products. They work. Tammy's already thinking ahead. You can tell why these guys that work at PCS Outdoors, they're got to think ahead of what you're doing, and she's taking advantage and making her set location already. But as we do this, even though we all already know and have done this, it's kind of interesting how we pick up from each other, and small tips really make a difference.
And I chose this spot right here. There's like a little ledge here that's going down to that water. So right here you'll see a part of a log that's up out of the ground. And I can see where there's been some coon traveling on that. I'd like to be out there farther, but I'm not sure this duckbill will hold that. I don't think it's long enough, so I'm just going to move up on this side of it. And I'm going to tip that trap where it's aimed at that log. And any coon coming down there, it'll just catch his eye all the better. I'm just going to stake it out right there, drive it in. Give it a pull. And just take that, shove it in, and turn that a little bit. That helps lock that in when you turn that trap.
I just did it and I don't even think I said it.
Another thing you want to really look at, that you don't shove that down very far to where this trap is down low to where that trigger will not work. So just make sure that that's up off the ground.
Or if it freezes up.
Or if it freezes up and you get some snow that freezes. You guys kind of got to go with what Mother Nature gives you on this as far as the height of that trigger. But there'll be a coon there. That log there, you know they're using it. You guys can see where they went right through there. So we're going to turn this over to Tammy, and she'll probably out-trap all of us.
Probably. Hopefully she wants to skin them all next season too.
Trees are far enough away. I'll put it here.
Yeah.
It's very good. Alright, so I'm going to make this first. Instead of first this way. Get this all set up this time. I'm going to load the coon shell in. I want mine to be caught before you.
That'll never happen.
Oh, it might happen. I have the girls here do it.
Here, just pull this down.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Put the lure to the back. Is it on the trigger? Huh?
Still learning. I'll still be able to do it fast.
Do you want to tell us what you're doing?
Right now I am putting the tube over, because this is a full trigger. I want my coon to have to reach his hand in there and pull out whatever is driving him crazy, which in this case would be the long range coon lure.
And it's taken her a minute more to get it on that thing, but once she gets it on there, the coon's not going to be able to steal it out. So if you just drop the bait in, if it was easy to put on there, it'd be easy to take out. So just like it's easy to put on, it's going to be easy to take out. Rusty's going to cut one a little longer. That might have been the thing, and it'll be easier to fit on there.
Yeah, it was pretty short.
But when that trap, that's the trigger mechanism, and once she gets that set properly, which she's going to do before she actually sets it, that's what's important, is the coon is not going to be able to steal it.
And it is really good, because I just tried it. It's delicious. All the way down. Okay, so now I'm going to set it after I get the rest of it off my fingers. And it is, like the guy said, it is not hard to set at all, even for us ladies. It's set. Now we're gonna
Leslie would set it quicker, but that was pretty good. She had more experience.
set this in the ground. Driver taken. All right, we're gonna go.
Leslie's back at the office today. She handles the camera and does a lot of editing for us on the videos and does a good job.
Right here. All right. Put it in a little this time. It's a little easier.
Take her right down.
Okay.
These aren't going to be all good.
Should be good.
Give it a quick pull.
Ooh.
There you go.
All right. Got it in good that time.
Did you put your corn bait in?
Yep. It just goes in like this.
Get your fingers off the top of that fish. There you are.
Okay, and we're
Shove it in
shoving
and
it
then
in.
twist it a little bit. There you are.
Hey, do we got a taco bet on what's that gets first?
Heck yeah.
All right,
more
tacos
taco.
tomorrow.
That'll be for me. I like everything on it. Hi, I'm Tammy Klein with PCS Outdoors, and this is day 2 after we set our trap sets yesterday. And good result. We caught 2 coon on our Grizz coon traps from Sterling, and as you can see, we also have a baby over here. Very easy traps to set, obviously, and it catches the coon. Thank you and happy trapping.